Hey Railbirds, welcome to the 2025, the third annual Battle of the Bull. We are down to the final 32 in this 9-ball division. We have a great match for you. Shane Van Boening versus Li-Wen from Taiwan. I am being joined by our special guest commentator, Mr. Mark White. How you doing, Mark? How you doing today?
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to be back. It's been a while, Kevin, and what a time to come back. SVB fresh from his final just recently in the Florida Open. He'll be hoping to go one better this time. So yeah, looking forward to this race tonight. You know the rules by now, guys. It's the break box. The usual WNT matchroom rules apply. SVB has won the leg and we'll break. And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I just had a thought.
Yes.
How lovely is it just to see these guys nice and relaxed? It's summertime, in their shorts, in their trainers. I think it's the way forward for Paul. I don't know how you think about that. I never thought I'd hear myself say it, but I'm converted.
Wow, look at this break. You 3 balls on the break and straight in on the lowest ball.
Yeah, well known for his ability at breaking. Obviously, one of the best in the business. And in my opinion, there's no one better to watch in full flight than SVB. Real shot maker. He is Captain America. A lot of people have said, is he past his best? Well, I think it showed you in the last Florida Open. He's far from past it. And who knows, he might even have another US Open in him. Oh dear, well, not with shots like that though.
Never fails. You go and you say nice things about someone and they go and do that.
Yeah, not too familiar with Li-Wen from Taiwan. 47 years old, but we all know any player from that part of the world, Kevin, can play this game.
Yeah, we just saw last night we had a thrilling match, Li-Wen versus Carlo Beato. Li-Wen shot out to an 8-2 lead in a race to 9 versus Carlo. And then Carlo mounted a massive comeback. And I won't tell you who won that match. You'll have to watch the video on our channel to find out, but just suffice it to say, it was a fun match to watch.
Well, I'll have to go back and have a look at that one myself. You've actually tempted me.
I've piqued your interest.
A lovely little kiss. Yeah, you certainly have. A lovely little kiss there on the 9 ball. So very thin cut on the 5. Has left him okay on this 6. Can play it down to the corner, stun off the side rail, or he can play into the side. Looks like he's playing it into the side. Yeah, big 9 ball, very big 9 ball. Oh, he's just come past it. He's okay.
Yeah, that was the danger going that way. He's got that 9 ball taking up a lot of valuable real estate, but he was able to avoid it.
Looking to steal this opening rack after that amazing break from Shane. Finished perfect on the 3, and then maybe just got himself a little bit straight on the 5 ball, which is why he missed it thin, Kevin, trying to get position on the 6. But it's going to cost him this opening rack in this race to 9. So a good start for the 47-year-old.
There we go. Li-Wen drawing first blood, 1-0 in this single elimination second stage of the tournament. So we had 128 players of some of the best players in the world. At least 60 of them were WNT touring pros. Got a lot of tournaments going on the East Coast right now. We had the Florida Open, now we got this, and then next week is the US Open. Lots of pool action coming up.
Yeah, this really is a tournament-filled second half of the season. Aloysius Yap has just started out against Piers Labutis. Aloysius, of course, who beat Shane in that final just about a week ago. And Aloysius has taken the first rack in that one. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest scores, guys, as we go along. All available as well on digitalpool.com. back to this one. Breaking. Winner breaks, of course. 1-0 up. Li-Wen.
One ball straight in the side, two ball straight in the corner. Does he have a shot on the three?
Well, he can play the three up to the top rail, leave the cue ball down this end, should find some cover. Hasn't got the potting angle, but he's certainly got at least half of this red three.
Yeah, looks like he can definitely just bank that 3-1 rail up, let the cue ball drift in behind this 9.
Looks like a very nice pool room, Kevin. I believe it's the Wolf's Den, right? It's Shane Wolford's parents, am I correct?
That is correct. We are coming at you live from the Wolf's Den in Roanoke, Virginia.
Let's hope neither of these two players has a howler. You can tell I'm back, Kevin. The puns are rolling already.
That's what we missed about you, Mark. Oh, I think this 3 is going to leak out.
Yeah, luckily though, had the right pace on the 3 ball, but he's going to find himself in a little bit of trouble after this shot, I think. If this was a game of banks we were playing, I'm sure he'd be going for the 3 into the top right. Does he fancy it, or is it just the safety side to side? We'll know by the pace.
Yeah, that was, with that 3 ball close to the rail like that, that was a tough bank. So, yeah, that was, might have been asking a bit much.
Yeah, I'm surprised he played it, to be honest, Kevin. And it's just the kind of opportunity that Shane needs now to get a feel for this match. Conditions look absolutely beautiful, don't they? What a time it is to be a pool player.
Yeah, we are definitely spoiled for choice when it comes to lots of live free streams on the internet for pool. It's definitely a buyer's market, I guess you could say. There's more pool streaming now than there's ever been. Pool has definitely made a comeback, and it's largely because of internet streams.
Yeah, and it's not just people turning up with a camera, is it, anymore, on a camera phone and just putting it on a tripod. It's a lot more better quality around, a lot more commentary as well. All the commentators coming out of the woodwork. It's good to see.
And yesterday, Shane Van Boening had a fantastic run against Li-Wen Corteza, defeating them 9-0 on the feature table. So
yeah, and that's some result, isn't it?
Yeah, so Shane's been shooting good this tournament, so I have no excuse for him missing that 5 ball in the first game. I don't know what happened there.
Let's just give you a few other scores, guys, from around the room. Sanjin Pelevanovic is 3-3 with Konrad Jusicin from Poland. Felix Vogel, now what a player this young man is, from Germany. He beat Lucas Fracasso Werner yesterday, and he's 6-1 up now against Phong Nam Pham from Vietnam. Mario He, the Panda, 3-1 up against Moritz Neuhausen. Back to this one. Break again. straight in the side, which is the target, of course. The 2 almost going in, following the 7. Beautiful layout again, though. We're playing with the original colour balls. Purple 4, orange 5.
Yeah, those, the Aramith tournament black edition with the black, the purple 5 ball. It confuses me. I like the traditional colors. I'm a traditionalist. I'm old school. I'm old. I have trouble adapting to new things.
Perfect angle here for Shane on this 6 ball. 7 already gone on the break, so can go forwards on this 8 ball. Let's see where he places the tip. Yeah, going high, so 1 rail back, maybe 2. But if like maybe just a touch more, but should be okay.
Yeah, he should be okay here. Shane Van Boening regains that lead, 2-1, and the break.
Normal service is resumed. So we will be playing down to a finish tonight. I believe the final is scheduled for 9 p.m. tonight. Is that correct, Kevin?
That is the schedule. We did get a little bit of a late start today, so that might be delayed a little, but hopefully we can get back onto their normal schedule. But, pool players, you never know. It just takes one slow match to slow everything down. You guys know how that goes. All right, 1 ball straight in the side. Cue ball. Wow. Got good action on that 9 ball, though.
It's nice to see the Taum Max Rack being used there. Reminds me of the shape of a bell, Kevin. Looks a bit like a bell, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a little reminiscent of the Turtle Rack. Can he see this 2 ball?
Well, he can see a part of it. I don't think he's got the potting angle, but I think he can see some of it, yeah. But I think surely he has to play the push here, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Interesting.
Leaving the kick shot, leaving the rail first. Can he tempt him?
Either shot, whether you try to go rail first, pocket to 2, or if you kick at this bottom rail, trying to kick the 2 to the other side of that cluster, either one of those shots is a really tough proposition. So I don't blame him for passing that back to Shane.
Well, he obviously pushed there with a shot in mind, and it looks like it's going to be the safety off the back rail.
All right, Shane, show us what you had in mind when you pushed here. Oh, he's looking at the rail first.
No shot clock is being used, so Plenty of time to think about things. Could even try and kick and stick the cue ball there and send the 2 ball around. Has to miss a 3 in the 8 though, doesn't he? Going that way. Yeah, so it is going to be plan A, or is it? So this is where I think the shot clock doesn't do players any favours. Keep changing their minds, you know, when there isn't a shot clock. Scratch.
Yeah, I feel like that maybe just wasn't a really well thought out push out in the beginning, and Li-Wen passed it back to him. And I don't know that Shane really had much of a plan if he did get it back.
Was certainly undecided, wasn't he, Kevin?
Yeah, exactly.
Good opportunity though here. Everything in the open.
Yeah, Li-Wen, he's been shooting really well this tournament. So I expect him to give Shane a good run for his money. He won't go down without a fight, that's for sure. And especially if Shane continues to make these mistakes that he's been making these first few games, I like Li-Wen's chances.
Yeah, very un-Shane-like. The misses from Shane so far. That 5 ball in the first rack, and then that mistake on the kick shot. And you could say it was even maybe a bit of a dubious push out as well. Long way to go though. And still has the lead, don't forget.
Yeah, even with those mistakes, he's still in the lead.
Sometimes, Kevin, you'll see a player go a whole match, race to 9 and make only 2 mistakes.
Li-Wen just picking his way through this rack. Got to make sure you take advantage of mistakes like that. All right, this 9 ball to tie it back up. 2-2. Li-Wen with the break.
It reminds me, actually, very much like Chang Yu Lung, who Shane played in the semi-final in Florida. Doesn't get right down on his cue, does he, Li-Wen? Stands up off of it, which is quite unusual.
Yeah, that is unusual.
Old school, maybe the old back isn't as good as it used to be.
Yeah, maybe.
So not being able to get down on the ball as easy.
Yeah, so a little.
You see Jan Van Lierop on the next table. Just caught a glimpse there. Sorry, Kevin.
I just wanted to go over one of the rules for the racking, and that is the 2 ball, which we didn't go over yet. But the 2 ball must be racked in one of 3 positions, either at the very back of the rack or in one of the 2 wing positions.
Interesting. Yeah, horrible kiss there off the 5, and then the 6. helping the cue ball on its way.
Just to make sure that it goes, I guess.
Can play short side on this 5 if he wants.
Yeah, he might be forced to do that.
Jan van Lee-Rop, who I just mentioned on the next table, he's up against Finnish Kasper Matikainen. And it's the young Dutchman, Lee-Rop, leading 2-0 on that one. All these last 32 games. Straight knockout from now on, guys. No more chances. It's win or go to the US Open early.
So you are officially in charge of pronouncing all of these players' names. You pronounce them way better than I do, so I'm leaving up the pronunciations to you from now on.
It's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks, Kevin.
Nice run out by Shane from Li-Wen's scratch on the break. Going to regain that lead, 3-2. You guys are listening to Mark White, along with myself, Kevin Ross. Thank you guys for tuning us today. If you've been enjoying our coverage of this third annual Battle of the Bull, please do us a favor, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell. It would mean a lot to us. It really does help out the channel. Thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I'm a very big advocate of Paul being free, just to, you know, to spread the word, to enhance the game, give everyone a chance of just stumbling across it rather than having to pay for it. Of course, I understand those that have to charge for it as well. I'm not saying everything should be free, but it's good to have some free pool on a Saturday, especially high quality. Some big names here, and Shane can't believe he hasn't made a ball there.
Yeah,
Try break for Shane Van Boening. Wow.
Fortunately for Shane, he hasn't left anything too easy for Li-Wen. You can see the one, no direct angle to pocket this ball. Even the cross-side bank looks like it might be tricky, so let's see what he has in mind. Just a simple safe, but I don't know that he's got there. I think that one passes the two. I think this one goes.
Certainly does. Don't get me wrong, it needs still needs a big shot here from Shane. Close to the rail, not easy. Have to keep the head still.
Yeah, and on top of all that, you got to make sure you don't end up behind the 6 ball. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this shot. He didn't like it.
Yeah, good choice of shot there. Playing the percentages. Has left a very thin edge, I believe.
If he has an edge, it's the thinnest.
Just the paint. A little bit of yellow paint. Two rails. Yeah, I don't think that shot was on there, to be honest. There was a ball in the way. He was trying to use a lot of spin, but newish cloth not allowing that. May just choose to stop the cue ball where the 2 is.
Yeah, that looks
4
like
nice
a good
and
choice.
handy from the 3.
Yep, you say it, he does it.
Well, Kevin, a lot of you think that's a hearing aid in his ear. It's not. He's got a direct line to Mark White on that little earpiece.
That's why I always see him turning it off.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
That's why he's lost all his hair.
I've got to mention one of our good friends, Jamie Moody, who we've often commentated on, Kevin, in the Trick Shot World Championships and so on. Hope you're doing well, Jamie. The barbecue chef from Texas. The Bayou Bullet.
With the most colorful vest or waistcoat in the business.
Playing that with just a little touch of left-hand spin. Just checking the cue ball up off the rail. This 9 ball to open up a 2-rack lead for the first time in this match. And he does so. Shame for Li-Wen 2.
So, our access to this tournament is brought to you by Digital Pool. Big thank you to Digital Pool. And if you want to be able to see every single match from this tournament, from every single table, whether it's the 9-ball, the 1 pocket, if the match is playing live, you can watch it live. If it's a match in the past, you can watch the pre-recorded. You even have full access to the main feature table. It's the Digital Pool pay-per-view site. The link is in the description below the video. And if you use our link, you get $5 off. 1 ball straight in the side, almost the 9-ball. And not much of a shot at the 2.
Well, having said that, has he got a possible carom on the 3 from the 2? Can he get through to it, Kevin? Watch the 3 ball. Now, does he have the thin edge on that 2 to make the 3?
Oh, it is close, but I think he might. He's giving it a good look.
Yeah, it's one of those. You don't see too many players do that. A lot of players don't see any value in coming round to the other side, but I often do. I used to do that a lot when I was playing snooker. Come round and have a look from the pocket side. He's swerving it. Well, he's jumping it, was he? Well, he's made a ball, whatever. Or he's made 2 balls, the cue ball as well.
Yeah, we thought he was going for the 3.
Yeah. He was going for the cross side on the 2. 2 ball didn't go in that pocket, but the cue ball did. Ball in hand. Another chance for Li-Wen to get back into this match. Won't want to go 5-2 down.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 4-3 versus 5-2, big difference. Plus, Li-Wen will be breaking versus Shane breaking. This is a winner break format. Which I like. I like a winner break format. I like seeing players run racks. You don't get to see that very much anymore.
I'm against you in that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I know.
in a game where the break is such a big part of the game, you've got to let both players have a go. I'm sorry, Kevin, but we're not going to fall out over it, I know.
You're fired. So, commentary by Kevin Ross for the rest of the match.
Even if you did fire me now, I'd stay till the end and be professional and finish the match.
Throw your microphone down on the floor and go stomping off. All right, back to the action.
Yeah, just a little bit touchy, this shot. You just got to be careful you don't decelerate on these. Doesn't want to underhit it, doesn't want to overhit it. It's going to come just past the side pocket.
Yeah, touchy little shot. Looks perfect.
He played it well, didn't he? Beautifully done. He's not going anywhere just yet.
No, he's not one to be intimidated. Yeah, brings that game back to within 1, 4-3, and breaking.
Another match within 1. Aloysius Yap, 3-2 now against Pierce Labutis. Duk Tien Luang is 7-6 up now over Mirko Fortunsky. Lots of big names in action at the moment. Kasper Matikainen, he's got his first rack on the board. He trails Jan van Liegrop by 3-1. Sanjin Perlevanovic 1 up, 6-5 over Conrad Jusichin. And Yu Lung Chang 6-4 over Lo Ho Sum. Back to Lo Li-Wen. 4-3 down. Breaking from the box, trying to make the 1 in the side.
Yeah, we started out this tournament with a super strong field of 128 players. We're down to the final 32 for stage 2. Oh no. And from here it is single elimination.
Yeah, another scratch in that top left-hand corner. Again, a horrible kick off the 8 ball this time. Sends it into the corner pocket. Nice layout for Shane van Boening to get that 2-rack lead back. Key shot coming up here. Be interesting to see if he plays the gap or whether he comes over to this right-hand side, Kevin. Yeah, not taking any chances, just playing over to the right.
Yeah. By coming over to the right, it's a big target for the 3, but the downside is you got to avoid some traffic to get to the 5, but I think it's a fair trade-off.
Couldn't have got much closer to that 8 ball, could he? Straightforward draw. Nice delicate little shot there. There's a man who's feeling it right now. Just a little bit of middle right on the cue ball. Stun off side rail, up for the 7. Really nice angle now. Draw to the centre. It's as easy as that, Kevin, isn't it?
Yeah,
Makes
Shane,
it look ridiculously easy.
yeah, Shane looks like he's starting to get into that kind of free stroke mode a little bit. Shane doing what Shane does. Five three. So a few minutes ago, you were talking about seeing like kind of dress code and what the players were wearing. It looks like taking a player break here. Yeah, a couple days ago, Shane was playing in the one pocket here. He was wearing just his shorts, sneakers, just a plain T-shirt, not his like World 9-Ball Tour T-shirt, and a hat. And I didn't recognize him. It's like, when is Shane going to come to the table? And who's this guy practicing on Shane's table? It took me a while to realize that's Shane.
Yeah, I think, I don't like hats being worn by players when they play, but I think it kind of goes with the one pocket vibe, It kind of suits that game for some reason. So I'm not too worried about hats being worn, as long as I can still recognise them. Maybe we should have to make them have their name on their hat as well.
You can have a little wider look at the room here while players are on break. So we are currently on player break. They'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Felix Vogel is now 7-4 up, edging his way towards the last 16. Really is such a great player, young Felix Vogel. Mario He is 4-3 up on Moritz Neuhausen. Moritz had a great run as well at the Florida Open. Now, I've heard that my commentating idol is in that room now.
I'm not there. I'm here. I'm not there. Who's your commentating
Phil
idol?
Yates. Phil Yates. I absolutely love Phil.
Me
such
too.
a great journalist. So very, very knowledgeable.
And always ready with a pun. I love Phil.
Yeah, I guess I kind of got my love of puns from Phil Yates, amongst others, growing up. We do love a pun, us Brits.
Yeah, it's a British thing, I think. So he's made the one on the break, got a nice spread. He's got to look at this too, and not an easy shot to start with. In fact, he's not even trying.
Yeah, I thought he might have tried the bank there as a two-way, but wasn't even interested in that. It's an easy ball to hit, but it's not, of course, just hitting it, it's getting it safe. Now, has he got enough to make the two ball? If he has, he's got to go all in here and play it with a draw and a little bit of right. Looking at maybe finding the gap between the 8 and the 9. That's a risky shot.
Yeah, but the problem with the bottom right is if he can just barely see enough of the two, the right spin, deflects the cue ball to the left a little, and that actually brings that cue ball even closer to the 8. So that might not be an option.
Just wondering, can he go rail first on it and make it? I think it was Johan Chua I saw make a great shot similar to this, where he played it rail first with draw. He's not playing the same shot though here.
He's going for a rail first safety, and is he going to get him? Sort of.
He's got safe, but I think he might be in a bit more trouble when he comes back to the table after Shane's next shot.
Yeah, it's going to give Shane another chance to get him hooked behind this cluster of balls, and don't want to give Shane multiple tries at that. And there's the result. Looks like he's looking at kicking to the off that right rail.
Well, we saw him miss a similar kick to this. He was playing a two-railer before and missed it by about a foot. This looks closer.
Much closer. Is he going to get him hooked by the 8? I think he has.
Just wondering if there's any future in going airborne here. Position of the 3, not really. But he is.
Yeah, a big problem with kicking at this, if you kick the 2 towards this end of the table, unless you get him hooked, he's going to have, Li-Wen is going to have a lot of opportunities to play you safe right back, so that might be factoring into his decision to jump at this.
Yeah, a lot of credit always given to Fedor Gorst. His name always comes up when you're talking about jumping. But I tell you what, Shane Van Boening, very, very good jumper as well, as is Moritz Neuhausen. There's a few players, Jesus Atencio, some great, great jumpers out there now. And that was a really good attempt. Even managed to draw back.
Yeah, all these top players, the jump is such an important part of the game. They've all become so good at it. I mean, the 30th best jumper today is probably better than the best jumper in the world from, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Not that I was alive 30 years ago, but I'll take your word for it, Kevin.
Well, he got on that 3.
Cue ball up behind the 7 here. It's going to be the target.
Oh, a little weak.
Yeah, a bit sloppy. Hasn't done any damage, but of course left Shane with options. And you don't want to leave Shane Van Boening options.
Oh, both players. Might be the tables starting to slow down from all the humidity and all the wear that the tables have been getting. I mean, he has the very easy safety where you just roll up real soft, put the cue ball on the one side of the 5 and the 3 ball on the other side. But he might try for something a little better. He is. But I think he's left a window.
Here's Ko Fortunski, just been knocked out.
Well, he'll be going back to his hotel room, packing up his suitcase, and heading up to Atlantic City for the U.S. Open. Starts next
So
week.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey, home of another great trick shot player. Andrew the driver.
Nice bank shot. Yep, you and Andrew went on a little bit of a road trip one time together.
Yeah, we did. Where were we? In Virginia, was it we were in?
I believe it was West Virginia, I think.
That's right, yeah.
And he drove you back to New Jersey. Or New York. Where did he drive you to? He drove you up there somewhere.
To New Jersey, yeah. And I remember him saying, just as we were coming into New Jersey, he said, watch out now, because all the crazy drivers you're going to start seeing. And I thought to myself, I've been seeing them since I left West Virginia. Yeah, beginning to look a little bit ominous now for Li-Wen. Looks like a 3-rack lead for the first time in this match. 2/3 of the way to the 9 that he needs.
Pretty little shot.
Plays that shot so well. Lots of low right on the cue ball. Brought the cue ball back in a straight line across the face of the 9. Beautifully played. Now, I heard a rumour that Alison Fisher is going to be jumping in the commentary booth a little bit later on, Kevin. Is that right?
Yeah, she said she'll be available for the 7 p.m. Match. It's 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's about, what is that, about 4.5 hours from now?
Last time I commentated with Alison Fisher was on the ladies' 10 ball, I believe, in Las Vegas.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun to do commentary with. Oh, he would have liked that 2-ball to hold up.
Yeah, I still think he goes for it though, Kevin.
Oh, he can see the 4. I thought he was
He can see
partially
it.
hooked. Well, never mind then. I didn't realize he could see all of the 4.
Well, I was only guessing. I'm just noticing that Li-Wen is also in the 800 club. So, no slouch, that's for sure.
No, Li-Wen, he can play a little. Just so happens he ran into Shane Van Boening, but he can make a lot of players look like they don't know how to play.
I think just as soon as you see who you've drawn on the bracket, you see your name next to Shane Van Boening, that's worth a couple of racks straight away to the South Dakota kid.
Nice break and run by Shane. So how old do you have to be before they stop calling him the South Dakota Kid? Or is he going to get that for the rest of his life? Even when
I
he's
was just
90?
thinking the same thing. Yeah, he kind of needs a new one, doesn't he?
Something other than Captain America?
Yeah, I just think Captain America can be given to many different sportsmen, you know?
It's kind of generic. Need something a little bit more Shane specific. The South Dakota gentleman. I can do that.
Yeah, I think that would be high on my list. Who knows, he may still be playing when he's the South Dakota granddad. You never know.
All right, 1 ball straight in the side, 3 ball in the side, and he's going to have a shot at the 2. Got good action on the 9 ball, too.
Yeah, Q Sports, one of those disciplines where, you know, age doesn't really come into it too much. Okay, the eyes might start to go at a certain age, but certainly not until your 60s. And a prime example of that, Ronnie O'Sullivan, age 48 now, I think he is, maybe 49. Just made 2 maximum breaks in the same match last night.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Everyone was
That's
writing him off. Yeah, just got a brand new cue that a guy in Thailand made for him, actually, a next player called Sunny Akani, who's gone into cue making. And Ronnie said it's the best cue he's ever had since the one that he broke, of course. Who knows, maybe another world title. Maybe another US Open title for this young man if he keeps playing the way he's playing.
Yep, we have high hopes on Shane bringing the title back to the US. And will he beat Earl's record for most US Open wins? Currently tied.
Yeah, 5 each.
All right. 2 racks in a row. 8-3. On the hill and breaking.
Yep, might be able to finish it off with a little 3-pack. You were talking earlier, Kevin, that you do like winner breaks and a little, you know, packs being put together.
I do.
You might get your wish. You may get your wish.
So I did say bring the title back to the U.S. I mean, Federgorst did win it, and he's a U.S. citizen, so I guess Feder did bring it back to the U.S. when he won it.
Felix Fogel also on the hill, 8-4 against Vietnam's Phuong Nam Pham. Break in for the match then. Shane van Boening looking good.
All right, 1 ball down, 2 ball down. Is he going to have a shot at this 3? Yes, I think he has.
Can he dig down? Has he got angle to stun to the left-hand rail and back out to the centre? It's a tough shot. May be able to play with a level cue and just go through. Wow. What a shot he's played there. I think it's safe to say he's feeling pretty good out there, SVB.
Yeah, letting that big stroke out.
Yeah, well worth another look. Stun to the side rail. Short rail, back out. Finished beautifully on the 4 and followed it up with an equally good shot on the 4. and just 4 balls away from a place in the last 16.
Wow.
Oh dear, what's he done there?
And he didn't even have a shot on the 7. Did he miscue? What happened? He didn't even get on the 7.
I'm in shock, is what happened.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Maybe just a little lapse in concentration. Thought he'd done all the hard work. Just goes to show, though, every ball needs total focus. So easy to miss. So easy that a match can turn around on shots like that. I'm not saying it's going to happen right here. Quite a big lead. But little things like that, you know. Win a couple of racks here, win this one, break off again and break and run. All of a sudden it's 8-5.
And in winter break format, you can make up some games in a hurry.
Has to be careful of the 9 here. Be careful of the 9.
Yep, I think he's okay.
This match not over just yet.
Yeah, I'm still sitting here in shock at that miss. All right, Li-Wen. Stealing that game back like a thief in the night, as Scott Frost likes to say.
Yeah, 8-4. Moritz Neuhausen, 7-4 up now against Mario He, the Panda. Just 2 points in their Fargo. 8-11 for Moritz Neuhausen, 8-13 for the Panda. Felix Vogel still on the hill. His opponent coming back at him. The German leads 8-5 in that one. Still everything to pay for.
So if you guys have been enjoying this coverage, we would appreciate a thumbs up, a subscribe, ring that bell. We really would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love ringing that bell. Get to see every single time that a video is uploaded or Railbirds go live. There's some great stuff on there. Some great classic one pocket matches, some great 9-ball. Lots of great Derby classic action as well, Derby City, from over the years. So if you're a pool fanatic, there's plenty for you on Railbirds TV. Now then, Shane, ball in hand to close out this match.
That's good position. That 3 was tricky and he got on it. Yeah, I think that scratch on the break is going to be fatal to Li-Wen's tournament life.
Big shot here though. Does he have the angle to draw past the 8? Does he come past it? Does he leave it short and play a longer 5? done pretty well there. Couldn't have expected much more. Overhit it slightly, you could say. Needs an extension or a bridge. Noticed him using the bridge a lot more than I usually saw him use it during the Florida Open. It seems to have a longer extension with him this time.
Yeah, and it seems that Shane has stopped using the extension like permanently attached to his cue. Seems like he's gone back to just the more normal length and only uses the extension when needed. Whereas for a while he was shooting with basically it permanently attached.
Yeah, you'll notice as well, excuse me, that Fedor Gorst often carries a little one in his pocket now, which he'll add on and take off for certain shots.
Yeah, I've noticed players, they will remove the extension when they have a delicate shot to shoot, but for bigger shots they'll put the extension back on even if they don't need it for the reach. They just like the extra weight.
Yeah. It's kind of an Earl Strickland thing, wasn't it? I don't think we're going to see anyone following in Earl's footsteps anymore. I actually held that cue that he uses. He was here in Thailand recently, and I got to have a shot with his cue. I could barely get my hand round it to start with. Almost needed two hands to pick it up. About 30 ounces, I think it weighs. It's ridiculous.
Holy cow.
Wrapped with tennis grip. And it's about, I don't know, well, you could go, this man could go fishing with it, put it that way.
All right, this 9-ball for the match and to eliminate Li-Wen from this tournament. All right, this match was a lot of fun to watch. Got to see some good shooting from Shane, some nice runs. Li-Wen just couldn't stop scratching on the break, really. Those three scratches, I think, is what really cost him this set. Yeah. If it wasn't for those scratches in the break, this might have been an entirely different outcome. Anyway, I am Kevin Ross, along with Mark White. We are going to have another match for you coming up very soon. So the next one's scheduled for 3 o'clock, which is just 10 minutes from now. So make sure you have those notifications enabled so you don't miss out when we go live. All right, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you then. See ya.